from Ignite You.
Yes.
Can you tell us what Ignite You is all about?
Thank you very much for the question. Happy Father's Day to the men in the house. Yeah, we are celebrating you and with you today. I also want to greet my fellow panelists. Good afternoon to you all. So Ignite Youth Organization is a foundation that was founded in 2018 by a lady, Anonzi Tadzimatsima. And the mantra basically is passionately pursuing purpose. So the whole gist and essence of the organization is young people should find a place where they come to and they are able to be helped in finding or discovering their purpose in life, as well as passionately pursuing it. I think in a nutshell, as an introduction, let me just say that.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. You said it's all about purpose.
Yes.
Pursuing.
Purpose pursuing.
Okay. All right. So how does purpose pursuing affect men's mental health?
All right. So I think the greatest crisis that we have, Dr. Miles Monroe says, where purpose is unknown, abuse is inevitable. So I think that is where the whole issue stems and emanates from, the issue of purpose. Now, he also brings about a very interesting statistic when he says, because of that, I'm glad I'm talking to men today. Thank you guys for coming. Yeah, please clap hands for yourselves. The problem, as far as men's mental health is concerned, starts from this congregation. You know, this is a men's conference, and we are almost outnumbered by the women that are here. Yeah, yes, there are more of us, but we are not prioritizing these things. We are neglecting ourselves as men. So before we want to point fingers and say, yes, if we had more women and they heard our cries and our concerns, but we are more to blame. Dr. Miles Monroe says 92% of the problems in society are caused by men. You know, firstly from absentee fathering, all those things. And because you don't know your purpose as a husband, you don't know your purpose as a man, you don't know your purpose as a father. What is my role? So when you then just think that being a father is being able to impregnate someone, they have a baby, impregnate another one, you know, that's not fathering. Fathering is being present. And now we are raising sons who are taking after the same fathers. And this is being perpetuated from generation to generation. So where purpose is not known, abuse is inevitable. And now we are saying as Ignite Youth, when you come into the organization, firstly, self-awareness is very important. You know, when you are self-aware as a man, you don't feel threatened by other men. You don't feel threatened by women. You don't feel threatened by anyone else. Because you are self-aware. You know your purpose, you know your strengths, you know your gifts, you know what you are meant to do in life, in your family, at work, and everywhere else. So when you join Ignite Youth Organization, we assist you to discover your purpose. What are you passionate about? What are you gifted in? How would you like the outcome of your life to be? We have something whereby you write a eulogy. Visualize your funeral. Okay, visualize who's at your funeral. What are they saying about you? Now try to design your life aligned with that kind of a eulogy. So when you come to Ignite, you get to know your purpose, you pursue it passionately, you network with others. We have various programs, mentorship, a lifeline program, again I'll explain it more, but a lifeline program that just looks at mental health in life.
Okay, so maybe according to Ignite, what is purpose? And how can one discover their purpose?
Their purpose. All right, so purpose is the original intention, why you were born, why you're on earth, why you exist. And I go further to say, when you get to confront questions such as, why am I a man in the first place? Why am I in Zimbabwe? Why am I African? Why am I in this family that I grew up in? You know, we don't ask ourselves those questions, honest, hard questions. And because we don't ask ourselves the questions, we don't have the answers. And because we don't have the answers, we then live anyhow. So the original intention of why you were born. And there is an angle in religion, or religious people would go to God. He's the creator, he's the inventor. Why did you create me? Why am I born? And yes, and then the curriculum part of it, that's when we are saying try to discover your passions, your gifts, you know, your skills. through that process of self-awareness, you get to then realize, that clip, I really believe I was meant for this. I believe I'm in this society to address this particular situation. I believe I'm in Zimbabwe to solve this problem. When you live your life purposefully, because purpose is also a process. You discover your purpose, it's a process of time. It's not an overnight thing, it's not in a week. We have a whole year curriculum on the flags which you at least use to discover your purpose. But the essence is right now, start thinking about your purpose and start living life purposefully. Whatever you do, be intentional about it. Whatever you do, be purposeful about it. Okay.
Yeah. You mentioned something about generational trauma.
Yeah.
And how can I be free from those generational trauma as a boy child?
Now, I was having a discussion with my friend, and being free from that, to be honest.
Okay, how can I maintain balance?
Yeah, I want to give the historical, you see the intensity of the challenge. Now, the African man who's here today has always been perceived in the world as tough. We know those levels. You are tough, you are brave, you are courageous. And I'm saying by the world, why? Because that's the reason why slave traders abandoned Arabs and Indians and settled for the African man. This is a tough man. Not only a tough man, this is a tough animal. Yes, I can poke him, he still does the work, he gets the job done. I can stab him and he still gets the job done. I can scold him and mock him, and you know what? Tough man. 400 years of slavery, 100 years of colonialism. Now, that history already, 500 years of such kind of inculcation that we are tough, we are strong, we should not show any form of weakness, any form of emotion is weakness. Just get the job done. Our fathers now, it has been perpetuated hundreds of years, and it has been perpetuated also into us. And ladies and girls and boys are being raised also in a different way. Because our perception is the men should just be tough. But the lady at the back, the first lady who was posing questions to him, I realized that the narrative should change. Because whilst the ladies also, you realize that as far as life calamities are thrown at them, ladies have been told to shinga, murume wako akuchita shinga, murume wako akurova shinga, urimo. The man was not told that. The man was told that if a woman does anything, leave her, we move to the next. But now the narrative has changed. Things are different. That's the reason why when my wife cheats, I'm emotionally traumatized. I commit suicide. I don't know how to deal with that situation. I don't know, because no one told me to shinga uri shama. So, how to deal with it? It's coming back to those, knowing your purpose and.
Okay, I understand. So, what are the current social economic issues affecting the issue of purpose, especially on
men's mental health as well? Current social, we've talked about the history. I also want to talk about the feminism movement. Okay, we understand feminism. Now, feminism is that movement that has come through to empower women to the extremes, telling women also that they don't need men. But what I want to say is feminism came not because women just decided to say, let us now be empowered. Let's take the voice. I'm talking to men. And men, I'm talking to you. Feminism came, I strongly believe, because men had failed society. Okay? Back in the days, the men would work for money. The woman would stay at home, feed the kids, clean the house, do whatever she does. Now the man comes back from home, supper is ready and everything. Until a point when the woman realized that, what the man is bringing is no longer enough. I now also need to go and find that dollar whilst the man is bringing $5, let me also do something that brings $1. The woman had identified the vacuum. She evolved. And after that, she realized, actually, I bring $1. I'm still washing clothes. I'm still doing the dishes. I'm still cleaning the kids. I'm still ironing this man's clothes who's bringing $5. But you know what? In order for this life to be better for me and my children, because the man is also now doing whatever he's doing out there, patriarchy. And the woman decided to say, okay, let me now do something that gives me also $5. In order for me to be equal to him. If I say, can I have $1? He happens in $1 must more. I have my own money. So the woman evolved. The man, I don't think the man has yet evolved. I strongly don't think so. So this is a social thing that I strongly believe is now affecting, because we no longer now as men, we no longer know how to deal with an empowered woman. We don't. We still believe we deserve all the privileges and the benefits that we had in the patriarchal system, traditionally, culturally, religiously. But the woman has evolved because she realized that this man, maybe I can actually substitute him, and we don't know how to deal with that. Thank you very much. You mentioned that, yes, this is a church and you talk everything sexual related. Kadora, the woman has replaced Kadora with other means. Yes. Is that not true? Yes. These are realities. No, these are realities. And we are adult men and women. So she has replaced. So the man's significance is slowly deteriorating. No, not deteriorating, but the man should just pull up his swords and confront these issues as a man, as we say. Men up, face it, and take responsibility.
Wow. Okay, so why is it so important to invest in purpose-driven life or in career guidance? Because you're saying men, we are not evolving. So why is it now important to invest much more?
So the reason why it's very important to evolve into that area, we are saying that as men we want to be heard. Okay, we are really having challenges. Statistics says it that depression is diagnosed more in women worldwide. Women are found to be more depressed, okay, according to diagnosis. But I believe that the statistics is there because women open up about it. That's why the statistics is like that. Now you realize that depression statistics, more men commit suicide than women. So now that is telling you already, we have a problem. And from that angle, this is someone whom we are saying, yes, they want to be heard. They want to be respected. We want to be honored. But we cannot be honored. We cannot have all those privileges anymore unless, as I'm saying, we take responsibility as men. And your first responsibility to yourself is self-awareness, is knowing your purpose. When you get to know your purpose, when you are self-aware, as I mentioned, that you are not in competition with your children. Men compete with their children. We hear cases, estimated records of sons fighting with their fathers. And in fact, a statistic has it that about 90% of sons hate their fathers. They hate their fathers. Now, when I hate my father, because of whatever he's doing to my mom or whatever is the neglections that he does in my life, it's a bad seed. When I have a son as well, this same son will judge me. I'll think I'm doing the best that I can. But I'm saying this is a seed that we are also, spiritually, that we are seeding. Okay. So, when sons hate their fathers, it's simply because there's that competition. Fathers are now fighting with their sons. They are not self-aware. At work, you find yourself abusing people. You find yourself, trying now to boost your self-worth and your self-esteem by trampling on others. But with self-awareness, with knowing your purpose as a man, your purpose as a husband, your purpose as a brother, your purpose as a father, I strongly believe that we will not have the challenges that we have. As I put it, 92% of the problems in this world are caused by men. Remember, men once had power, once had authority, once had the influence. The woman was at the backstage. So it means that literally men ran the world. So I'm simply saying the challenges that we have today is simply because men failed to run the world. But when you take responsibility as a man, when you are self-aware, you will not feel even intimidated to open up to the next person. Yes, the issues of opening up that also you was talking about. You'll be able to open up because you know your self-worth. You have adequate self-esteem. So I'm able to come and lay out all the trash in my can, the skeletons in my closet, because I know at the end of the day, you are not taking anything from me. Personally, I've had countless suicidal thoughts, countless, I would say. I remember the first one was in 2012. I was going through stuff. I've been depressed, personally, and I've managed to open up to someone whom I realize I can trust this person. I can confide in them. And I open up to them. And I'm here talking about men's mental health. Not because I'm mentally healthy. Not because I'm mentally healthy. I'll tell you the last 2 days, I was involved in some business which resulted in losses. 9 p.m. I drove to Chirundu border. I'm back early in the morning, spent the day working, drove to Gweru. I haven't slept for 2 nights, trying to make ends meet, and I still lost money. So that affects my mental state. But I'm able to open up about it to someone. You know what? This is what I'm going through. So you're expecting me to meet your demands or to meet your needs or to come through or to show up in this way, but please realize that this is what I've just gotten. I got through, and it might just cause a delay, it might cause a hiccup, it might cause this and that. The important is communication. Yeah, I communicated to Shannon. I'll be late a little bit. I'm coming from where it's communication. I don't have to just take everything for granted and think that you will be able to interpret my feelings. That's how men we are, right? Yeah, we go back home, we are bottling things up, we expect women to interpret my mood. I think Daddy is feeling this way. When Daddy leaves his socks back tempo, you're just not opening up to your woman or to your wife. You know what, sweetheart, this is what I went through today at work. I had a clash with my boss. But you don't talk about it with your wife, you don't talk about it at work, you bottle it up. Instead, maybe you bow out, but that doesn't help. No. Talk to someone honestly about it. This is the conflict I'm always having with my boss or with my wife. I'm trying to understand, how can I go through it? Thank you.
Right. So there's also pressure from parents when it comes to our issue of occupational choices.
Okay, yeah.
How do you deal with it, and how does it affect boys' mental health?
Yeah.
Because there's always a conflict.
That's a struggle. We always experience that, especially at Ignite, and personally in my career since 2016 with young people, they always tell me. So there was a time I went to visit my doctor, and my doctor told me that it's a he. He told me that the daughter is now in her 3rd year. And you know what? Writing is himself. Because the father wants the daughter to be a doctor as he is. And the daughter is failing biology. 1st year, 2nd year, 3rd year is failing biology. Now imagine the trauma that is coming on this child. Now this is universal. Parents want their children to be doctors and pilots and engineers and lawyers. But the child really just wants to do creative design. They are fascinated by drawings and paintings and pictures and literature. I read of a story where the son committed suicide. He wanted to study literature. The father wanted him to be an engineering professor because he was one. And the son threw himself on a train. He passed on. The father only got to know of this when the daughter, who's the sister, then managed to inform the father, you know what, the reason why he passed on was because of you. So it's a huge challenge, and well, to save the kids from conflict, because it will span into another conflict. To save the kids from conflict, I always say, do what your parents want. They are the ones with the money, okay? Yeah, they're taking you to school. So if you can, then do it. When you are grown up, when you are working, you can always do what you want. And I know someone right now who's into procurement. He went at NAST University, dropped out of college in the second year. They referred him to UZ, dropped out of college. He was trying to do engineering. Yeah, until he then went to do procurement. So the parents wanted him to be an engineer. So I'm simply saying, for as long as you are doing, the money is not yours. This is to young people. But now, since here we are adults, men, please, parents, let's not put that pressure on our kids. From as early as 4 years old, I know in the Western countries, white people, they start making their kids take aptitude tests, all those kind of tests to really understand areas in which the child is strong in. If the child is kinesthetic, loves activity that is hands-on, you are now harnessing that and channeling that potential into what the child is good at. If the child is visual in learning, the VAC learning style, then you're also exposing the child to that. If the child is visual, auditory, all those things, they are trying to understand. There are books on parenting. We don't read those as Africans, but there are books on how to really try and manage those situations. So that's how I just advise young people that, you know what, try to talk to your parents nicely, but well, if there's nothing there. Yeah.
So how can we find you as Ignite?
All right, so as Ignite Youth Organization, we are found, I think, on all social media platforms as Ignite Youth Organization. We have a website, a Facebook account, we have an Instagram. You can get in touch with me. There are also Ignite comrades at the back. Please just wave at me, Ignite comrades at the back. Yeah. Thank you. So you can either see me in any one of those, and express your interest. Facebook, WhatsApp groups, we are there. Yeah.
All right. Thank you so much. Thank you, Shannon.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Mr. Abel. I think he deserves a louder applause. Wow, thank you so much. We are all human beings. We have a lot that is going on that we face, and I think that is something that is valuable. I hope you continue to say so that the young generation knows, the older generation also understands that Mrumi akango takura until his grave. Any questions from you guys?
A contribution. I was going to ask this, but it was highlighted at the end about the occupation and stuff. I know this thing starts like primary check. When kids are being pressurized with the new curriculums and everything, they are doing a lot of things and going to the secondary and everything, while they are not doing things that they actually like. And also after that, going to the universities, like when you are going to the universities, you are just judged because of the points that you have. You are not actually considering the things that you like or everything. If you have, like for example, in the arts department, if you have 15 points, 14 points, you are for law or social work. If you have this, you don't have a choice. I want to do this. And the parents, most of the parents actually, they say if you have 14 points, they just say to you, go for law, go for law. I want you to do law. And for example, kakawanda kandakaona vamwe vachitopindana nazvo, so it's actually a problem and zvokuramba zvichiitika. So I don't know, but as an organization, do you have some platforms yamunoshare nayo and talk to my students vachiri kuhigh school, they want to go to the universities and everything?
Thank you very much for the question. Very pertinent it is. So as an organization, our target age group is 13 to 29 years old. And that's teenagers and young adults. We open our membership to those people. They access our curriculum, they access our events, they access all the seminars and workshops that we have on a monthly basis. We have 2 to 3 events that we hold as Ignite, all with the intention to help a young person develop their career as well as find their purpose and pursue it. Secondly, we have also been in schools. Every Friday we find a school, we work with the admin or the SDC. So every Friday, we are intentionally getting into schools, offering career guidance to schools. Also, as per invitation, some schools invite us to host career guidance, private trainings, etc. So we do go into schools, primary schools, high schools, and offer career guidance. And we also offer the broad diversity of careers that are available in life. We are not only focusing on law, engineering, and accounts, yeah, we are saying that, even those programs that you don't know about, kids don't know about geoinformatics engineering, what is it? Yeah, what's that? Yeah, kids don't know that you can actually pursue a career in literature, just literature, history, and when we are offering our career guidance, we are offering all those options. We also mentioned that these are the universities that we have, especially locally. This is what they expect, these are the programs that they have, and find your place. In order for you to qualify for this is, you need to be this kind of a person, not only the qualifications, okay? So for you to be a lawyer, we don't tell them that you need 15 points. Yes, use that one's 15 points, but we are saying that even with 2 points, an E in history and E in divinity, you qualify for law, according to USET, because they say at least 2 passes in at least 2 A-level subjects. It's only because of competition why then they want 15 pointers and 14 pointers. It's only because of competition. So with 2 points you can be a doctor, but well, how competitive is the environment for you to qualify by USET? But if you are interested in those, you need to be this kind of a person, you need to be aware of this, and you need to be prepared for this. So for as long as you are prepared for that, you are aware of this, you might not have the 5 points or the 15 points, but yeah, that's how we also guide young people towards career guidance.
All right, next question.
Mr. Abel, my question is, you talked about men catching up, right? So what would be one thing as men here should do in order to catch up? Should we say, now my dishes taste and amongst, or should we say, if she's now at $5, should I give one step up to go at $10? How best can we, at least one, for us to catch up?
Very tricky question. I'll try to do justice to it, but I also have my fellow panelists here to attempt. As far as catching up is concerned, we talked about self-awareness, we talked about purpose, we talked about also opening up, the previous speaker said, you cannot be in a relationship with someone whom you cannot engage with, talk as friends. So when you bring in a wife as a slave or a wife as a helper, you have problems helping her with the dishes. You're just you're looking at her as a mate. But when you have your wife as a friend, that's the reason why when the baby cries at 2 a.m., when you consider your friend, truly she's also been working like I've been working. But after work, she cooked, she served me. Yeah, in as much as there's when there's on Tango go sing in the lights, but she must be tired, let me just wake up. So we really need to be considerate as men. We need to get rid of that mindset, the old mindset that told us we were privileged. So the reason why we're told it's because, odds were in our favor. When things happened, the odds were in our favor. I had the advantage. Yeah, I'll just do as I please. I was an authority. But now we are saying with that challenge that we are having, like women rising up as equals, we also need to adjust and bring them on board as equals. In as much as they remain to submit, they remain to respect us, in as much as I'm still the head of the house. But when we consider that, this is a fellow human being, this is my friend, and I think just that mindset shift will really help us to catch up. I hope I did justice. Thanks.
Thank you so much. Any questions?
Thank you very much. Mine is not so much a question. I just want to add to what the speaker just asked. How, as men, you can catch up with us women. I believe reading is something that men underestimate. When you read, you stop being ignorant. And as women, we also want intelligent men. And when you read, you become a leader. We need men to start leading. We don't want to lead, we're women. It's a lot of work. We need you to go into your place and be men. So men, start reading, be leaders, go a step ahead of us. We need you to step up. We need you to lead us. We need you to know what you're doing in your roles of what you're supposed to be doing. So if you can start by reading, even like a minimum of a book a month, you know, since it's something that probably you're starting, you've never done. But as you grow, you can even get up to like even 7 books in a month. And it makes, so instead of us at the end of the day blaming everyone, you become accountable to yourself as a man to say, what am I doing? And with what I'm reading, how am I growing, how am I developing? And so we need you men to step up. We need you to lead us and be the best versions of yourself. Thank you.
Thank you for helping me.
Oh.
You know, coming in and helping me. Yeah.
Okay, thank you. I just want to ask, is Ignite Africa, do you charge for school expos?
My school expos, what you mean?
You said you sometimes talk to.
Oh.
Yes.
No, what we do every Friday, that's voluntary.
Okay.
Yes, that's voluntary. It's different now when a school approaches us and say, please come through. But normally it's really voluntary.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, I'm going to close the questions segment for now. Maybe I'll be the last question. I want to know the issue of what was being told that children are being imposed to choose careers that the parents want, and are you dealing with also the source at hand, the parents? Have you also engaged to, you know, let the parents know the purposeful driven of a child is not really being a lawyer, is not being a doctor? Do they also have the access to you guys when it comes to that?
Well, thank you very much for that pertinent question. It's one challenge I think that I would say we've been having as an organization, because even parents just releasing their child to go for an Ignite event, some have challenges with that, and I think at times it comes back to the kid, because the kid has a history of saying little church and has to church into Ignite and has to event those cases. But we really are looking forward to, especially now in schools, having those career days, or when there are AGM meetings, etc., such that we have those interfaces with the parents. Yeah, when the parents come through and we also get to engage with them, I think that would help. But yeah, so far it's really been a challenging space.
One step at a time.
Yes.
All right, so Mr. Abel, thank you so much. I will release you to go back to your seat.
Thank you for having me.